Yeah.
Someone share about hot already. Get rid of Jean.
Oh.
Out the more share. Yeah.
I know sharp.
Sharp with.
Sharp.
Okay. Okay. Imnande.
I'm not here.
Bolo is will.
Okay, bonobile. Very friendly.
Franklin.
So I'm not.
Yeah.
The previous.
It's like the Paul.
Yeah, it's like the.
Okay.
It's like the. I know.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sanbonani, Dumelang, Abusheni. Welcome to another blazer of our show, which is called The Mass Embrace with a Bonga. Yeah, man. Hey, it's always like an overwhelming pleasure, guys, because you know why? Masahamba, like in public, there's always someone who recognizes or gives love, young Baba Bafet. So to me, it really shows me what God has a purpose and a plan for every individual. Yeah. So before we continue, guys, do us the basic necessities, which is to subscribe, like, comment, share, notification bells, and tell someone who knows someone about our show. You understand that? With Bonga and his team, which is the Honorable Mr. Khotso Kara, and Bobby G. By the way, guys, Bobby G.
Yes, sir.
Can you please do me the honors of it?
Of course, our chicken match.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So represent our faith to the Mass Embrace with the Bonga. Urban legends in the making. Yeah. Okay, Bafethu. Bengisatshela Mr. Carter ukuthi this morning ngibone MT. Yeah. MT. Shout out to you, boy. You know the strangest part is that MT was actually excited to see me. He said it's an overwhelming pleasure to see me. While funny enough, I was the one who was excited to see him. So it just goes to show bafowethu ukuthi Bonga is somebody ebantwini naye, which God has pre-orchestrated and predestined for a very profound and a specific purpose in life. You understand? By the way, did I tell you that I scored an invite to the Rotary Club International? Yeah, they want me to do something almost like it's like a youth motivation type of a recreative oral discussion, you understand, in their hall. So, yeah. So, I want to go plead there for funding. Because currently, as I've emphasized, at home, there's no one who's employed. My mother, manager, that's a Bytes Document Solutions. Yeah, so she was retrenched. So, things are a bit hectic, because my little sister... bun in the oven, and it was my dream. So I wanted to at least, just to provide for the basic necessities. So I would also love for Abantu to reach out, you understand, because I'm in a very tight space currently, especially domestically. You understand, where I am, because I've spent so much time on the streets, understand, without any, so I'm in a space where I'm actually making up for lost time. Yeah, man. So that is why I still like to plead to your giant corporations, like I'm a corporate giants, like the likes of Coca-Cola, the likes of MTN, the likes of Vodacom, the likes, to support these three individuals who are trying to make something, turn lemonade from lemon, bafowethu. So you can contact Khotso Kara on 074 380 7410. I repeat, 074 380 7410. Yeah, 7410. So it's 380 7410. 08 4. Yeah, the reason why I'm pleading to you guys to contact Khotso Kata is that anyone who is in financial muscle or power to actually donate anything, guys, goes. You understand? Because we are in a tight position. You understand? We financially we are rather our backs against the ropes. You understand? So we are pleading to any corporate giant, even though they can be a sponsor, because it's gonna be a win-win situation. Because I guarantee you, this show will grow exponentially with time. You understand? So I'm a giant corps out there, of which I've mentioned quite a few, can use this platform to advertise the products and whatnots, because Nyazi Bonga is the master futi on advertising in the door as fun and alezo. You understand? Because I have a black belt when it comes to voiceover ads and whatnots. Yeah, because I told you which I once did an entire sound imaging of a radio station. Waterback FM. Yeah. Keeping you updated with the latest news on Waterback FM 99.3. Go with the flow. From your Mzansi, brace yourselves. This is the top 40 countdown. We are whipping out the hottest tracks on our charts. Number 40. You understand? All the way to ons is elke dag bly om met julle te is, my belangrikste maatjies, on radiostasie gesond. Ons is lief vir julle. Wow. You understand? So, yeah, my guys, I believe, I'm just a natural. You understand? So people, every time I do things like that, people are just blown away. You understand? Because it's something that was God-given. You understand? So, yeah, if you are an executive of some giant corp, we are pleading, please fund us, my guys. You understand that? Khotso Kata, as we've mentioned these numbers, please contact the man, send your shout outs. You can even comments on our comment section. Yeah, you can comment on how you can assist us into realizing our greater purpose or plan in life, because we are actually doing this for a bigger cause. You understand? I mean, one of my dreams is to be like an ambassador for the homeless and a voice for the voiceless. I have a dream of one day building, if not the biggest charity org in SA. You understand? So I'm a young, vibrant being who has an aspiration of not only seeing myself climbing up the corporate ladder, but seeing to it that I lift my fellow brothers and sisters who are suffering, you understand, in life to being uplifted and embedded themselves before it. So I'm pleading to you as people in the financial means to actually assist the show. You understand that in whatever form, whatever way, be it economically, be it financially, be it, you understand, as a commodity within the media landscape, which we all know as social media. Yeah, that's what's up.
So, Wongs, I have a question.
Yeah, Bobby G. Hoi. Yeah.
She's pregnant.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
I'm my uncle now.
Yo, dog, deep stuff. Yeah, you know.
So tell me, man, like, that ain't information man. Like, what would you like to teach about time?
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, like, yeah, you dating and faith and hope, like all these these three things.
One, my brother, I've suffered a lot in Nagostrating. There are some things that I cannot put in words, Auchiaka.
Yeah.
The emotional strain is very heavy.
Yeah.
It's something that I tell you on a regular basis. The streets are vicious in that manner. And the worst thing the second worst thing you suffer. The first thing is elements. The elements. Rain, cold, winter, etc. The second worst thing you can ever suffer is rejection. From the very same people who are supposed to be uplifting you. You understand that? You know, there's something I've realized with life. Ukuthi, when the Bible, scripturally, when it says the power of life and death lies within the tongue, this thing here has the power to break or to create a being. Young Bam. When I'm standing by the intersection, you meet diverse individuals. Some of them have interests zabo, whether it be the workplace, whether it be domestically. Young Bam. Umuntu, hello. F you pathetic, useless junk of a street dweller.
So they curse out.
Yes, some of them do. They call you all vulgarous words. So, but for you, that kills you as a human being. There's something that I've learned whilst being a street dweller. Words can actually demean you, and words can actually suppress you emotionally.
Yeah.
Because you start to feel the thing that these people label you as in their own perception. Once people call you pathetic and what, you start feeling like that. And once you start feeling like that, you start enacting that. You understand? Hence, that is why you start neglecting yourself, like not washing and whatnot. You understand? Because you have been labeled as an outcast or the lowest class of a being in the society or the masses at large. Young Baba. Now, when I as a being, what the heck? I'm the world's doormat. Young Baba. So you start enacting it. You understand? Hence, that is why words have the power to inspire, to empower. But words also have the power to crush and to destroy. You understand? The beautiful spirits. You understand? Yeah. So it tells me that with time, you learn. And it has shown me that time has flown. Because this very sister of mine is the very same sister I was holding by a handy. We missed a crash at kindergarten. Young Bamba. And to me, it feels like yesterday. Young Bamba. Yeah. So imagine she's about to give birth to a being, life. You understand? And it also reassures me about God's love and mercy for mankind. You understand? Yeah, because we were given power and authority to give birth to another being, specimen like us. You understand? Which is there's nothing that surpasses the gift of life. You understand? We, the society, are so obsessed with material that we've forgotten the actual basics of life. Life in itself, it's something worth embracing. It's something worth waking up and giving thanks for. Because the money, you understand? There's a verse actually scripturally that says, sufficient to the body are food and clothes on your back. God says those things are sufficient to keep you going. Anything above that is just in excess. It's just an extra. It's a bonus. Yes. Once you have food in Jayam, once you have clothes on your back, life goes on. Whether you like it or not. It keeps, you understand? You still wake up healthy, strong, and alive.
Long term.
Which means those two things are labeled as NEED, needs. Anything in excess of that is a want. It's no longer a need.
It's no longer a need.
Yes.
No longer significant.
It's no longer significant. Yet these kids these days, if phone my fipet, it's as if life stopped. Young mama time. And this thing is just a luxury. You understand that? Life predominated and pre-happened, even though these things never existed. I mean, in the ancient realms and the ancient times, those people were actually prosperous and victorious. In fact, I salute ancient civilizations. to such an extent, in terms of engineering, they were masters, those people. We have all the technology we need at our disposal. Yet we don't have the power or to possess the knowledge to build things that surpass time. For instance, look at the 7 wonders of the world. For instance,
The pyramids.
yeah, the pyramids are almost 7,000 years old. Yet we have invented something called cement and concrete. Yet an average lifespan of a building is 500 years.
Oh.
After 500 years, it dilapidates. Yeah. You understand?
Whoa.
So do you realize what the ancient civilizations were so powerful to build structures that outlive
What?
thousands of years, like millennia?
What is the material of the pyramid? Is it sand or is it like rocks? Or
Limestone.
limestone from where? Whoa.
Desert.
These people are masters.
Oh,
The
yeah.
strangest part about the pyramids, they say the material used to build those pyramids come about 10,000 miles away. They were hewn chisel and hammer out of mountains. You understand? Imagine from Europe, from the Middle East. They hewn mountains from the Middle East, carried it all the way. Imagine something that weighs 10,000 tons. You understand? Because one block weighs about 10,000 tons. How were they able to maneuver that from such kilometers away? And to put the icing on the cake, they were using something called synthetic mortar. Yes, it was like a man-made, almost like an adhesive, like a glue. You understand?
Oh.
Yes. Before stacking them, they'd smear that adhesive. You understand? And then, till this day, those rocks have stick together with that man-made adhesive. Yet we have cement, but our cement, 120 years down the line, it cracks, it dilapidates. You understand? So imagine if we were to bring back all the ancient civilizations into this modern day and age. Those people would do shocking things. Imagine if you were to give ancient civilizations the technology of nowadays.
They would have built crazy things.
Insane things. For instance, you remember in the Tower of Babel.
They would have. I was thinking the same thing. They would have went up there to the heavens.
You understand? Like, that's crazy. That was officially the world's first skyscraper. Imagine. We are told of a skyscraper before skyscrapers even existed. So that's why I believe Ogoti technology, it's a 50-50 thing. They claim that they created technology to better our lives. But at the same time, there's also the disadvantages of technology. This modern day society is getting lazier and lazier and lazier because now we have put our faith and hope in materialistic things. To do our daily basic necessities and chores. Hence, that is why there's things like jobs being cut out. Because if you go to industrial places, human beings have been replaced with machines of technology.
Losing jobs.
So these days you can just sit down the whole day,
Like, for instance,
clicking away the whole day on a laptop and get the job done. And then
I don't see-
the weak point about it is that people now suffer things that were never there in existence. Because there's something that I've noticed about the human body. The human body was actually designed for work. Hence, that is why men have such physique.
Oh, I see. Now they stay indoors. They don't work. They don't move.
That's why there's things like obesity. That's why there are so many diseases. There's clogging of the vessels.
Yeah.
Streptococcus pyogenes. Hey, Baba, hey, that thing ravages. Hey. By the way, guys, the word for today is Münchausen syndrome by proxy. I'm today, only on Mass Embrace you'll find that. Buffett, Streptococcus pyogenes. Oh, not Streptococcus. By the way, what do you know what is Streptococcus pyogenes?
Strep, caucus.
Dictionary.
All right. Streptococcus pyogenes is it's the mother of diseases. That's it's like the blueprint. It's like, for instance, the Bible says there was Adam and Eve, and then from Adam and Ve the world was
formed.
Yes. Streptococcus pyogenes is a bacteria which conforms. Guys, did you know that bacteria have DNA also? And there's a male and a female version of bacteria.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For instance, HIV/AIDS. Why is the one called HIV, human immune virus, and why is the other called AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome? Why is the other called a syndrome and the other called a virus? Why is that? Today, you need your homework. Ha! Only on Mass Embrace. Ha! Khozo, I'm waiting for the answer.
Because these diseases too must, one, like what you said, one is male, one is female.
No. No. All right. HIV virus. I'll make an example with, you know Pac-Man? Remember Pac-Man at school?
Yeah, I remember.
Yellow guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Kid machine.
Yeah. A virus is like that. Those white dots on Pac-Man are your CD4 count cells, because you need your CD4. CD4, simply put, are your white blood cells. You understand? A virus chows down your white blood cells. Your white blood cells' work is to defend your body out of alien infections. Right. Virus, it eats your CD4. Hence, that is why someone who has HIV is being invited to the hospital for regular checkups to have their CD4 count. For you to be healthy or 100% healthy, you need 400 CD4s per molecule, like for dropicle of blood. You understand? If you are less than 400, you are in a danger of alien infections. So your body was designed like a fortress. You understand? Where there's so many enemies surrounding that city or town with guns. You understand? Your CD4 are like the defense mechanism which await. And then there's a clash between the two. So what an HIV virus does, it sneaks in inside, killing your CD4s. Once your D4s is lessened, and then the alien infections come in. Hence that's why AIDS, they say it's acquired. You understand? Yes. What is to acquire? If you already had a virus, HIV, then why did they say AIDS is acquired? It has been acquired. Right. Let me answer your question of syndrome. The word syndrome means a group of diseases or a group of illnesses or a group of.
Yeah.
The word syndrome,
Syndrome.
almost like the word syndicate.
Oh.
You understand? You're a trap boss. I'm a smuggler. This one is a merchant. We are a syndicate. Young man, we work as a team
It's a team, yeah.
for wrongdoing. A syndrome is a team of infections. Yes, Olen?
Hey.
When HIV has lessened your defense mechanisms, your body is vulnerable to alien infections. Something as simple as flu can kill you when your body is weak. Yes, when the flu virus gets inside, and let's say it found a Streptococcus pyogenes inside, a male germ and a male Streptococcus and a female flu, they will mate, thus creating a third disease, which is now Streptococcus flu. That is why there's something called synthetic diseases.
Oh, like diseases.
Yeah, you've heard of that, haven't you? Even Corona was actually, in theory, it was people believed it was a man-made disease.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because these scientists now know that there's something called a male and a female DNA of diseases and bacteria. So what these scientists do, they take a sample of TB, take a sample of HIV, and they mix them together.
Oh, they want to see what happens.
And voila!
They start making.
Mr. TB and Mrs.
Corona.
Mr. TP and Mrs. AIDS will.
Oh. Wow.
The baby that will be born there
Wow.
is a third disease that was never known, that never existed. So I'm trying to show you that how diseases are born, how things like Ebola virus is born. Ebola was actually found in dirty water. You understand? And there are things like that, there where it was reported that there were people who were throwing medical waste in rivers.
Oh.
You remember? People's blood samples.
Oh. So
Now
these
guess what
diseases,
happens? Guess what happens in that water?
these
You
symptoms,
see?
they-
Mother TB swims, daddy HIV swims. If they collide, they've created a third disease. You understand? Then you come, quite refreshing. You understand? Yeah. Then you get sick. And then doctors are puzzled. Then they wanna label it and give it a name and call it maybe Ebola. In actual research,
It's some mixture.
yes. Hence, that is why the symptoms reflect both TB and HIV. Yes, what I'm saying? Yes. That's how synthetic diseases are made. In a lab, there are people who have, scientists actually have the power to create something that could kill us all. Imagine, For instance, nuclear bomb. Nature.
Yeah.
Angithi, you remember I told you about the yin yang, positive, negative. Even a bit, negative, positive.
Yeah.
How does an atomic bomb happen?
It's just
Something called proton-proton collision. For instance, do you know a magnet? Angithi? What happens when you take the positive side of a magnet and another positive side of a magnet?
They don't clash.
They repel.
They repel, they don't want to join. What happens when you take a positive and a negative? They attract. Opposites attract in nature.
Yeah.
Now that's how an atomic bomb was discovered. Take a positive proton and force it with another positive proton.
Obviously,
That explosion,
trying to separate it.
yeah, you understand? Because they take a positively charged proton and another positively charged proton, and then they force collide. They force them together because they don't want each other. It's almost like an intertropical convergence zone. You know what is an intertropical convergence zone?
Like a zone where the same size, like positive and positive, not together.
Okay, an intertropical. Okay, guys, an intertropical convergence zone. It's where two spheres meet. You understand? What is a sphere? For instance, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Yeah, what is a sphere?
A sphere, like a area, a place, a sphere, like an environment. I'm saying like you know, like
a sphere, also, it's simply put space.
Oh.
You know, okay, for instance, ne? From the ground to the clouds. Ne?
Oh.
The space in between is called a sphere.
a sphere,
Yeah, yeah, well, hemisphere. So, the word tropical, like an intertropical convergence zone, means, what is a tropic first? Well, what does the word tropic mean? The word tropic.
Tropic means
Or tropical.
Island. I don't know.
No.
means like where there's an environment of
Because
plants.
there's also something called a tropical forest or a tropical desert or a tropical desert. Why specifically the word tropic?
Is it
Is it wet or damp?
evergreen maybe?
There.
No.
No?
Because there's also a tropical desert,
Okay.
but it's dry and arid and yet it's called a tropical desert.
Yeah.
It experiences summers most of the time.
No. A tropic, simply put,
Yeah.
is a place with its own unique kind of a temperature.
Oh, okay.
It's a tropic. Yes. It doesn't share any of its weather with any other place in the world. It has its own. It's like you can never record that and then still find the same results if you had to record the weather or temperature in other places. Hence, that is why the Amazon is called a tropical forest.
Would you say the North Pole is also a tropical place?
Yes, in a sense it is.
Right.
Yeah, because, I mean,
It's always like
yeah, you cannot find a weather that is
always sunny.
similar to it
Yeah.
unless the South Pole.
Yeah.
South.
You understand? But I've never heard of them saying the North Pole is tropic. No.
Yeah.
No. But the tropical forest, a tropical desert, yes. Sharp. So that is why. My point being, I'm coming back to intertropical convergence zone. What is an intertropical convergence zone?
It's a zone.
Convergence doesn't mean something is coming together. Yeah.
I love you for that.
Yeah, you should come
To converge
let me
to
finish
where
something.
actually it's where they come together and they react. They react. There's a reaction. Yes, yeah. So intertropical convergence zone, it's where two tropics meet. Yeah. For instance, where hot or cold air collide, it's called an intertropical convergence zone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Nah.
Sure.
Am I allowed to?
No. You can.
I can send you guys the.
I'm born here,
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
You know what's up.
Shit.
That's what's up.
Shit.
Mass embrace.
Yeah. So my guys, njengoba sengichazile ukuthi an intertropical convergence zone is a place where two tropics meet. You understand?
Yeah.
Specifically, it's where where hot and cold temperatures meet. There will be a convergence. For instance, hot air and cold air don't like each other. They have a feud. That's how a tornado is created. Because what creates a tornado? When hot air,
Meets with cold.
cold air,
That's how a tornado
then they
starts.
start spinning.
Whoa.
Then it's called an intertropical convergence zone. It's also the same thing in water, where you get a whirlpool, where the water.
Oh yeah.
You know when you open your drain
Yeah, the drain.
after washing the dishes.
That's something similar to a tornado.
Yeah. So what happens is hot water collides with cold water. For instance, by the way, we are the only country in the world, Mzansi, where two tropical oceans meet.
Oh, like
Yeah.
intense, even like the difference in the color sometimes.
It's the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic. Atlantic.
Oh, yeah. Atlantic.
That is why, Khozo, there's something called the Bermuda
Oh.
Triangle. You understand? It's one of the most dangerous places to be, especially for ships. It keeps sinking ships. You understand? Because now and again there's a convergence of tropical waters where they create sort of like a whirlpool.
Like
Yes. Yeah, it's like it sucks in a spiral form like a tornado. So the Atlantic is very cold. It's cold water. Hence, that is why most people prefer going to Durbs than actual Cape Town, because the water there is cold. And then on the other hand, the Indian is warmer water. So where they collide there's something called the Benguela Current, and there's something called the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, those are amongst the most dangerous places for sailing of ships.
Maybe
it
that's
just
where,
sunk so many ships.
Maybe that's where this ship sank. Flying Dutchman.
Maybe.
Because there's like the liquid.
Yes. That's how the Three Ships Whiskey Company was actually formed. Because you know that, yes, three ships. You know Three Ships.
Yeah, I know that part.
They used to travel from Europe through the Atlantic, and they'll take a rest at Cape Town, the mother city, and then reset sail on the other side of the Indian, and then deliver maybe on your Middle East, wherever, China, blah blah blah. Now the problem is those ships. There's these three ships. That is why it's all called, which were sunk, and the captains and people died. It was catastrophic. Yes, then they said, why not? Because Cape Town is already a halfway house. Why not? Because the climate is superb. Cape Town is almost like in parallel proximity with Italy in terms of climate. Hence, that is why grapes are grown there. In towns like Ceres, there's a place called Ceres, where it creates grape juice and whatnot. Yeah. So why not we settle at Cape Town, create like a port? You understand? And then chala ama grapes there, and then create our wine there instead of, and then it'll lessen the journey. You understand? Or up to half. You understand? Instead of going all the way from Europe, Atlantic, then they named the distillery Three Ships as a commemoration of the lives lost and the wine. By the way, I'm going to know that wine matures with time. So those three ships were actually carrying the finest. You understand? So it was a scab to their business of winery and distillery at large. So as a commemoration, they called it Three Ships Whiskey. And it blossomed, voila, to this very day. Yeah. Going back to the physics of human anatomy. Streptococcus pyogenes. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, let us freeze Streptococcus for a while. What was the other word again? What was the other word? Refresh my thoughts. I gave my viewers a homework. Yeah, I said Streptococcus pyogenes. The other one?
Yeah, HIV and AIDS, yeah, female and female.
That's there was
I know. Before I touched on the HIV virus and syndrome, the diversities between what is a virus and what is a syndrome.
Syndrome, yeah.
There was a word that explained. Oh,
Something.
Münchausen syndrome by proxy. Do you know what is Münchausen syndrome by proxy? Let me put it this way.
Mother of all diseases.
No, it's not. Münchausen syndrome by proxy is a mental disorder where people inflict harm on their beloved in return for comfort and ukduduzo. For instance, there was a guy called Münchausen is the name of a person. He lived in Italy. He used to fabricate stories of war that he survived so many wars, and he would like detail it in the most gruesome of forms. You understand? So he grew more famous, more powerful, and he became rich. Imagine telling stories. You know, he even would create places like where you'd open a theater to tell them these, because people are so fascinated about how this guy could survive so many wars. Yes. Hence, that is why this syndrome is called Münchausen syndrome by proxy. Now, coming back to, you remember medical detectives? There was this lady who killed her 3 children. They only discovered after the final kid died that it's actually her. She was slowly injecting cyanide. Cyanide is a lethal compound. But the way she was so smart, she was feeding her kids cyanide slowly. So her kids kept sick in a span of about maybe 12 years. You understand? And then people come with condolences. Oh, we're praying for Jonathan. So imagine making your own kids sick so that you can find comfort. And you understand, you understand? People, you understand? People were like giving flowers and teddy bears and whatnot until the child, until the child died.
It's a mental illness.
And then people were like, yo, Baba, from all over the world, even like presidents came to her aid, like to her comfort, you understand? Then a second child. Same style. And the saddest part is that they could not actually detect what was making the kids sick. Because cyanide has a very strange way of being almost invisible.
So she like
to diagnosis. Yes.
She put it in their food.
Yes. And then she'd even visit them in the hospital and ask for private time with the kids.
Yeah.
While the doctor is not watching.
The food.
Put cyanide in the kids. The second son died. Oh, third child. After the death of the child, people were enraged. Man, something is not clicking here. You can't have 3 kids dying of some mysterious disease that is not relevant or not showing itself. So they decided to put a full-on investigation. They actually exhumed the bodies and did a thorough diagnosis. And now, because she fed them cyanide for so long, it was starting to be prevalent in the joints. Yes, because your cardiovascular system, you would suck it and you understand, and put it in. You understand? So that's where they actually found out after so many years that she was responsible for killing her own kids in return for comforts and sympathy. That's what I'm telling you. And now the disease was labeled not streptococcus. Why am I so obsessed with it? Münchausen syndrome by proxy. Why do they say by proxy? The word proxy is someone who's proximately or your nearest of kin, closest to. So if it's by proxy, it means it was a Münchausen syndrome by the one who was closest to the kid. So it's a charge. Yes, when they charge, murder. Murder by, murder maybe by homicide or murder. This was murder by Münchausen syndrome by proxy. A small, So I believe that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, bafethu, it's always a pleasure to engage with you. But let me rephrase and refresh, guys. I still plead bafethu to our corporate giants out there bafethu, you know. Yeah, man. You know, like, you know, there are people with financial muscle out there who could, you know, like, you know, inject this engine of ours into being something more profound in the future. So yeah, bafethu, from us, the Mass Embrace team, subscribe, like, comment, share, notification bells, and yeah, man, Bobby G, any final words for the viewership?
Yeah, I just want to say, keep your head above the water.
Yeah, man.
Rise your wand like Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Signing out.
Yeah, man. Mr. Carter.
Yeah, nah, on my side, you know, subscribe.
I knew it was coming. Yeah, man. Yeah, but for you, we still have lots in store for you in our lineup. As I've already emphasized, which I'm anticipating the release of my own, like a lyrical track, because mina vele lyrically, majesty, all hail in this verbal dynasty, yeah. So I'm anticipating the release of a hip hop track with yours truly, your Bobby Genius, and we've already recorded the piano. Yeah.
We still waiting.
Hey, but this guy, dog, this guy's dragging his feet to release our track.
Yeah.
But hey, keep being in suspense, my friend. Too. It's yeah.
If there's any producer, you know, out there who can,
yeah, why not? Yeah, man. Because but for to yours truly, I just believe that God's grace has blessed me with a rather diverse talent. You understand? I'm very good at many things. You understand?
Yeah.
So I just, it's just a sense of economic power. Yeah, man. To just to cultivate it into its greatest and most profound potential. Yeah, so from us, the team, siyabonga bafowethu. It's the Mass Embrace with the Bonga, Mr. Carter. Unfortunately, Skara. Sizokushaya, Skara. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yes, I promote big time the Mass Embrace with the Bonga. My guys, from us, the team, we pray that His grace, who's enthroned in the intergalactic cosmos, in the vast and infinite horizons, blesses you in profound and tons of abundance beyond any oral description. And Busisu Jesu Christ was a Nazareth, or in custom service for it. From us, the team, we are signing out. Dango.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I know. Dango. Hey. Actually, is one.
That was